Good morning, class. I am your computer teacher, Jyoti. Today we will study about chapter 2, computer memory. And before starting this chapter, we should revise CPU. What is CPU? Before going to memory unit, we should know what is CPU. So CPU means central processing unit, or we can call CPU a processor or a microprocessor. I told you it is the brain of computer system. Okay, first of all we have control unit. So what is the task of this control unit? Just like I gave you an example that your teacher looks at you, keep an eye on you, whatever you are doing, whether you are doing right thing or wrong thing. So this is the work of controlling by the teacher. In the same manner, control unit keeps an eye, or it watches the activity, it controls the activity, whatever is happening inside the computer. It also controls the operation of all other parts of the computer system. Next we have arithmetic logic unit. So what was that? Arithmetic logic unit, or ALU, it is the internal part of processor, just like control unit. Arithmetic unit is used to solve the calculations like 1 plus 1 is equals to 2. And in logic unit I gave you an example, it is used to compare, like 2 is greater than 1, 45 is greater than 40. This kind of problem gets solved into logic unit. Now we have to study the chapter 2, computer memory, and it is based upon our memory unit, which is the third unit inside CPU. So let's start. The processor CPU is the brain of computer. It performs all types of calculations and processing. We know that arithmetic unit for calculations, logical for comparison, and it processes our data. Computer memory stores data that is accessed by the CPU. When we feed data and instruction to the computer, it saves into memory. After that, the processing is also done inside our CPU. After that, the data will save. Then where that data will save? It will save into memory. Just like I am giving you a lecture. So where is it storing? Inside your memory. Just like this, computer also saves data into its memory. So in your book here are two types of memory given. Computer memory is of two types. First one is primary memory and another is secondary memory. See, primary and secondary memory, there are two kinds of memory. Okay, first of all let's study about what is primary memory. What is primary memory? Primary memory is directly linked to CPU. The memory that is directly in contact with CPU is called primary memory. Okay, so we also have two parts in that primary memory. First one is permanent and another one is temporary. First one is permanent and another one is temporary memory. Now what is the meaning of that permanent and temporary? So let's study about this. First of all, I will show you a chart. Just see this. See, memory is divided into two kinds of memory. First one is primary and another one is secondary memory. In our primary memory there are two kinds of memory. First one is RAM and another one is ROM. Now what is this RAM and what is this ROM? There are two kinds of memory. Primary memory, RAM and ROM. See, here are only two types of primary memory. Okay, so what is that RAM? Let's study about it. First of all, let me show you the picture of how it looks like. See, this is ROM. What is the full form of ROM? Read only memory. Read only memory. Okay, we can read only in this kind of memory. We cannot write, we cannot change this kind of memory. This memory is permanent and cannot be modified or altered. This is permanent and this cannot be changed. The data remains inside it even if you shut off the computer. Even if you shut down your computer or the power is off, if the power is off, then also data will remain inside the computer. It will not delete. It will stay inside the computer and it will not get delete. Okay, you got this? Okay, now what is that RAM? What is RAM? You have listened that our phones have RAM. Our phones have RAM, 2 GB RAM, 4 GB RAM. What is that? This is used to speed up the memory, है ना? Our phone hangs sometimes. This is because of low RAM storage. When our RAM is full, that is why our phone gets hang. So RAM is used to speed up the computer. Okay, RAM means random access memory. RAM is the computer's main memory. Okay, whatever we open, it remains there till the task is completed. It remains in RAM. But RAM do not save the data temporary. It is not a okay. You should. There is a word used for RAM is volatile. VOLATILE. What is the meaning of volatile? Volatile means data is lost as power off. Whenever the power is off or your system shut down, the data will lost. Means temporary memory. And which is temporary memory? It is given in your book that RAM is temporary memory. And which kind of memory is ROM? It is permanent memory, or we can call it non-volatile. Non volatile. Non-volatile means data remains stored. Data remains stored even power is off. Means data inside ROM is permanent and data inside RAM is temporary. Okay, this is how ROM looks like. See, I will give you an example of ROM also. See, whatever kind of data stored permanently on personal computer and other electronic device, जैसे कि our smartphones, tablets, TV, AC, SIM card, whatever kind of data is present on all those electronic devices is the example of ROM. Okay. Now there are two types of RAM also, which is not given in your book. One is static and another is dynamic. Static means fast and expensive. That RAM which is fast and expensive. Static RAM is fast and expensive, whereas dynamic RAM is cheap. It is slow and cheap. So this is the differentiate between RAM and picture. Get the difference between RAM and ROM. RAM, full form of RAM is random access memory and full form of ROM is read only memory. Next is RAM is volatile and ROM is non-volatile. RAM is volatile means RAM is temporary memory and ROM is non-volatile means ROM is permanent memory. Okay. RAM includes reading and writing, means we can read and we can write in RAM, but in ROM we can only read. As it is clear from its name, read only memory means we can only read it, we cannot write into it. Next, RAM is temporary storage. I told you that whenever the power is off, the data will lost in temporary storage, and in permanent storage the data remains stored even the power is off. Here the spelling of storage is storage. So correct it, STEE nahi, storage, storage. RAM is expensive, RAM is costly, but ROM is cheap. It is not costly, it is cheap. RAM performs read and write function. As I told you above, RAM performs read and write functions, and ROM only performs read function. There is no write function in ROM. And in the end, two examples are given in RAM. DRAM means dynamic RAM, SRAM means static RAM. And in ROM, two examples are also given: PROM, programmable ROM, EPROM, okay, electrically programmable ROM. So this is the difference between RAM and ROM. So you should know what is the difference between RAM and ROM. Let's revise this again. See, this is our CPU. It consists of 3 units: control unit, arithmetic or logical unit, last one is memory unit. In your chapter, see, it is given that the CPU is the brain of computer, and here we are going to study about two types of memory, computer memory. First one is primary, another is secondary. Today we will study only about primary memory. Primary memory is of two types. One is permanent and another one is temporary memory. Here we are given two kinds of memory. One is permanent and another one is temporary. So ROM is example of permanent memory. Permanent means the data will not lost even the power is off or computer will shut down. Data will not be lost in any condition, and we call it non-volatile. And the example of ROM is TV, AC, SIM card, smartphones, tablet. All these electronic device has ROM, read only memory. Means we can only read but we cannot write into it. Next we have RAM. This is RAM. We have RAM in our phones also, in computer systems. It is used to speed up the memory. If the storage of RAM is good, then our phone's memory means it is read write memory. It is volatile, means data will be lost if your computer shut down or power is off. It is called temporary memory also, because the data will lost. Now you have to read this chapter carefully. You should know what is the difference between ROM and RAM. I already told you. I will send you this chart to understand. We have to study today only this: primary memory, RAM, ROM. Okay, in next class we will study about secondary memory. What secondary memory? And also we will study about how do we measure memory. We measure bits, bytes, nibble and all. Okay, and you have to revise this chapter. I will ask you what is the difference between RAM and ROM. Secondary memory, this one. In secondary memory we have hard and all. These are our secondary memory. Okay, now study and take care.